If you're led by empathy, then you are going to avoid the parts of the Bible that you are afraid will make some people mad, will hurt some people's feelings. They kind of cover up that cowardice by saying, well, I just don't want to get divisive. I don't want to get political. I'm just preaching the word of God.
I'm not a Christian. That's why I wanted to ask you about this. You are a practicing Christian now, and you were in a more religious, right, Christian faith before. What are your thoughts about what she's saying here?
So this is some insider baseball. I'll try and be very succinct for the audience here, but essentially, on the surface, I actually kind of agree with Allie's perspective that the American church is coddling people and not bringing them into like radical discipleship in the way of Jesus. We just mean very different things by that. That's the difference. If you read the words of Jesus, if you actually understand what's happening to the early church, it is a subversive anti-empire movement that actually says Caesar is not Lord, Christ is Lord. What Allie has done, though, and Christian nationalists like her, is they've essentially said God has given us a mandate to become and control the empire on behalf of God, which looks like these right-wing Christian nationalist fascist ideals that our view of sexuality and of race and of gender and of whatever else we think should be privileged, even if it infringes on the constitutional rights of our neighbors. Allie talks about how, she's afraid that pastors will not preach the, quote, hard parts about in the Bible. Has she read James 5, which is a scathing critique of rich business owners who exploit their working class? And the author of James says, "Woe to you, rich business owners, you are fattening yourself up like calves for the day of slaughter." Somehow she doesn't preach that. Somehow all the passages, thousands of them, that condemn the rich and powerful who exploit the poor, suddenly that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about abortion, which, by the way, Jesus never talks about. We're talking about gay marriage, which is not a thing in the ancient world and is never mentioned by Jesus. And the passages that mention homosexuality are really poorly translated. It's just so clear once you go 1 inch beneath the surface of her dogma.